Hi, we are starting the walkthrough of Shipsy's AI native settlements, Nexa. Freight settlements today are slow and manual. Invoice validation can take weeks due to charge by charge checks against contracts and execution data. Because this doesn't scale, teams often rely on sampling, which leads to missed leakages. Nexa approaches this in an agentic manner with human in the loop approach. We will show now how it works. So the process starts with reviewing the POTs. So as soon as the vendors upload the POTs, Nexa reviews all the POTs and give recommendation whether we should bulk approve, review, or reject any of these POTs. As an example, in this particular case, Nexa has identified a discrepancy in the invoice number. It has also found out that there is damage annotated in the POT and 8 boxes were damaged. Now we are looking at the screen where all the invoices show up. So once the vendors upload invoices on the vendor portal, all it comes through integrations. Nexa analyzes the invoice. Now we can go deep dive, look at the result of one particular invoice. So for each invoice, it gives the feedback at a charge level, whether it feels that charge is correct or it requires a review. Let's look at the analysis on the retention charge. Vendor has claimed $100. Nexa has analyzed based on the telematics data, what was the entry time and the exit time, and based on the contract, what is the eligible detention charge. It and it says it is verified it correctly. Also, it has identified, just like we saw in the POD, that there was a damage reported, based on which there would be a penalty applicable for the vendor. We are also showing now how exactly the agent works. So, as our core principle of transparency, we showcase what the agent has done so the end business user can actually understand what is happening in the background. So, here we can see these are the tool calls agent has made, and this is on the right is the chain of thought, which basically explains simply what all activities were done. So for example, started with reading the invoice information, second step was computing the freight charges, then validating the ad hoc charges, then computing the unloading charges, checking for penalties, and then giving the final recommendation. So this is the overall visibility at each invoice or task level from the Nexa agent.